Before we get started, soapbox.
Very serious matter here.
Pretty serious matter. Last time, off camera, you guys kind of updated me on kind of what's been going on. And I remember briefly you guys had mentioned this thing where you were you were donating food.
Yeah.
And I could be completely butchering, like, Jeff, no, you're ruining what we actually do. I think you had mentioned in passing what you guys were doing. And then last time we got together, you were like, it's like taking over our garage.
It's become a thing.
We're thinking about building a massive warehouse.
Yeah.
So what's going on, Karen?
Well, let's see. Roll back the time. About a year ago, this thing started out with just a few boxes of food donated through the church, and I got asked to continue, and we have just been consistently running a food resource for the community in Lacey and Olympia, basically Thurston County. And really the last 8 weeks or maybe even 12 weeks, it has just grown crazy, to the tune of 40 to 50 families being sourced. So 3 to 4 boxes of food for each family out of my garage every week. And somewhere in there, I went, this is growing so quickly. I can't just do this myself anymore. I got to have help, and went back and said, I need to make this a real 501. I need some other people besides just me and Aaron. I need some help. So it's cool to see so many people being affected, and all the food coming in, and I mean, for free. The food is coming in, just being donated to us, and we're getting it out to people every single week. And now, like, you guys are hearing about it and going, where did this come from? It did happen really, really quick, but it's so amazing. I mean, we're managing to get thousands. You can give me a better idea on tonnage of food.
Well, let's just put it this way. We had a guy with a half-ton pickup and come in, and he was feeding 10 families, and we loaded his pickup truck on Thursday night after we got our inventory into the garage. And his half-ton pickup looked like he was hauling a trailer. He was down near his wheel wells on his rear stuff. We're down by his wheels. And
we feed 50 families every week.
He was probably carrying about 800 pounds of food just for himself. I say for himself that he was delivering out to 10 different families. So tonnage wise, we're probably putting out about a ton a week, a ton of food, 2,000 or plus
every week.
Wow.
It's
So
pretty cool.
In the beginning, how were you guys getting the food? Because I imagine now, like, people are donating food, right?
Yeah.
Were you guys like going to the store yourselves, buying food, and then just giving it to people?
It really happened accidentally. I was taking an elderly gentleman out in Yelm to the food bank, and he and his daughter, who is about my age, he was 84 and can't drive, and I was just being the facilitator to take him and his daughter to the food bank every week. And they would go through, use what they could use. And I mean, he had also food, I want to say issues, but there was things that he could not eat. When they came home, they would go through and say, okay, here's all the things that we can't eat. Do you know how we can get rid of this? And that's how the 4 or 5 boxes started. I said, sure, I'll take it to my church through Champions Foundation, and I'm not just going to throw it away. They didn't have any other way to deal with it. At that time, they weren't letting anyone into the house to be around, you know, an 84-year-old man and have him potentially with having exposure to COVID. And so I was taking the extra food away. And that's how the 4 or 5 boxes got started. Pretty soon it was 2 elderly people that I was sourcing food for, and it just snowballed from there.
Well, the funny thing was the food bank out where she was doing this caught wind that she was actually getting food out to other people. That food bank doesn't have a way to get that food out to other people unless they actually come to that food bank, right? So
they're
unless you're
suing
able
you,
to.
right?
No. So they started putting more food in for me to give away. Oh, you're giving this to the church, here, and here's some more, and here's some more, and pretty soon, I wasn't picking up for the elderly gentleman, either one of them anymore. I was just picking up for the people at the church to deliver at the church, and it just they were giving me loads of food, or they would call me in the afternoon when boxes had gotten wet and they couldn't put them back into the food bank, because the next week that outer box might become mildewy. So they would call and say, well, we've got these boxes that have to be dealt with tonight. If you would come up with a pickup, they're all yours. And we'd go up and we'd deal with a pickup load of food. And that's how this is all grown.
And this is all real food. It's not like all the junk food and
right.
extra crap that that you see some people giving away for free and all that good stuff. This is real food. It's greens, it's got some shelf stable stuff, but you got rice, potatoes, there's lots of vegetables and all that good stuff. So
frozen meat, milk,
meats and stuff like that.
Cheese. I'm getting real food.
Real food. And that was one of the bigger things that I thought that was pretty cool. And that the group, this last Thursday, we had a group of people that helped us build boxes,
right?
To set up for, and that we have, we got about 4 boxes per family that we set up, but all that extra food, you got to get it up boxed up. You get a whole giant box of broccoli. Well, you got to get that parsed out.
You can't give somebody one person a case of broccoli. You got to divide that up.
You can, but it's not going to be. Yeah, a lot of cheddar broccoli soup going on.
Yeah.
That's pretty incredible. Now, now that you mention it, the whole story with the gentleman that you were helping with the daughter, I remember you telling me that story. And last time when you're telling me all this stuff, I wasn't putting 2 and 2 together. That's how this whole thing got started.
That was over a year ago, and it just all started with just a few boxes here or there. The church going, well, can you handle, if we gave you a couple names, can you deliver them to these people? Well, we've got a couple more names this week. If you've still got boxes, can you deliver them to these people? And pretty soon, I had so much food being given to me to come down the hill, and they had so much need. And there was also people in the community finding out that I had boxes of food, and it just 50 families, it just blossomed, and I get blessed just thinking about it. It's kind of cool.
Yeah,
it's freaking cool.
So now at this point, you have people almost practically knocking on your door asking how they can help, right? Whether it's donations, whether it's money, right? Mm-hmm. To keep this thing going, because as it turns out, there are people out there who like helping people.
That is true.
There's a lot of people that like helping people.
Right.
It's amazing, especially with all the negativity you hear day in and day out when it comes to real life and reality. Whatever you're hearing out there is not the reality. The reality is people are more than willing to help each other out. And, by Karen's actions and by really just kind of starting this thing, and being consistent with it, people are more than willing to help.
And it started with one act of kindness.
Yeah, absolutely.
And one of my frustrated moments when I was down in the garage and there really was no room to wiggle, and I thought, how am I going to get 30 boxes out by myself this week? Because I didn't have a fridge or a freeze at that point in the game. I thought, okay, this is something that I need right now. I need a refrigerator and I need a freezer so that I don't have to turn around these boxes in a 24-hour time period. And I put a little note out on Facebook Marketplace. And I said, hey guys, I've been blessed to be able to bless the community in this way with these food boxes. But for me to be able to grow and get any bigger, this is my immediate need. I really want a fridge and a freeze combo. Within 24 hours, there was a refrigerator given to us, a commercial sized refrigerator. My husband and I went up and picked it up, wiped the thing out, and had it plugged in and working in our garage.
Yeah.
And we had it given to us, but it took a day or so to be delivered to the driveway. And we wiped the freezer out, and it's a chest freezer. It was delivered right to the driveway.
There's another freezer probably coming in the next couple of weeks too, that somebody doesn't need. It's tucked away in a barn.
So you talk about people who hear the need and go, yeah, I was gonna sell this, but if this is gonna go to Turn the Tables project and gonna feed people, I'll bring it down, no problem. That we just keep seeing it over. And my Dymo label printer went out, and 15 minutes after I made a post, hey guys, does anybody know how to repair this labeler? Somebody said, no, but I've got one.
I mean, seriously, it's crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy cool.
Yeah.
And it's just seeing the excitement and the joy that it brings other people to be able to help other people.
Yeah.
That is killer right there. That is just above expectations.
Now, who are the people that you're bringing the food to? I mean, I think you had mentioned you're bringing, you brought like a trunk. You're bringing a trunk full of food to a homeless camp.
We do homeless style boxes because I feel like they're a community that can't get to the food bank. If they can't get
they may or may not have transportation.
Right.
They may or may not have an ID, that kind of stuff, which is required to be able to pick food
and
up.
the traditional food bank boxes aren't going to serve their needs. They're going to, when we go through the food bank boxes, we're looking for things that are going to fit their needs better. They're not going to be able to cook. I don't deliver frozen meats down to the homeless camp. It just doesn't make sense.
Well, the lady we were talking with, she was pretty specific about what stuff they were wanting, and so
what would work.
And that communication was actually really good.
Right.
I don't want to say her name, but she was willing to help get the food, and hey, if you could pick me up, I can help do packaged boxes and all this stuff. It's just everybody's willing to help each other out to get through whatever turmoil they're going through right now, and whatever life crises are going on.
And
everybody's willing to help.
We have a lot of just traditional food bank style boxes that are going out to people who work nights or whatever. They just can't get to a regular food bank. They need a delivery, or they're disabled, or they just need a little bit of supplement, maybe once a month. If you got a little bit extra on your food, out of your food bill, it would really help things out. We've seen a lot of people who are out of work, or one of the spouses is out of work, so helping them out a little bit makes a huge difference.
Yeah, families with kids and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's just, sometimes it's tough to make ends meet.
Right.
Keeping food on the table is a big deal.
I think this is just so cool. that you guys are doing this. And then, you guys are even thinking ahead about, at the rate that this is growing, you're not going to be able to keep this in your garage for much longer, right?
Yeah. Karen had a conversation with a group this week. Where they said, hey, once you get this established, this piece of the puzzle fitted, I'm not going to go into details of what that is, but once you get this piece fitted in, they've got more food than the food bank can potentially ever give us to be able to distribute and to donate. It's another larger group that's out there that's been a fundraiser and a distributor of food as well for 26 years in this community, and loved what Karen was doing, was excited to want to be able to like pass the baton kind of thing off, not that they would stop doing it, but they've got too much and they need another outlet, and Karen can be that outlet, and going hand in hand and being able to cover more of the community. That's a huge win, man. It's a huge win. So,
and it will save me the long drive that I've been doing. So it's an amazing contact.
Yep.
Wow. Okay, so if there's anybody out there who is wondering, man, I want to help, whether it's maybe they want, are there ways for people to help? How can they help?
Right now, they can find us on Facebook at Turn the Tables Project. And this week, there should be all the 501 donate buttons showing up on that Facebook. So
if you're in the community, hit us up on the Facebook, message Karen. Thursdays and Fridays are kind of our bigger days of the week that we need physical help. Or if you're able to pick up food and deliver to somebody else, the delivery portion is what we're really going to be striving towards. It looks like getting the food to us is going to be fairly easy, or readily available. It's the delivery portion is what we want to build.
Right.
And that's how somebody can actually really help this whole campaign out and this project out is being able to pick up 2 families worth of food and put it in the trunk of your car. It's going to be like 8 boxes, and then deliver to somebody near you, even if you'd like.
Yeah. Reliably take on 2 or 3 families and deliver it to them every week. Come and pick it up on Thursday night and deliver it to them every week. That's how you can help me.
Helping the community, man.
I love it.
Yep.
Love it. I'm happy for you guys.
Thanks, man.
I'm happy for everyone involved. This is just so cool.
Yeah. It's a way to
really
give
is.
back, because some of us, have stuff to give. Some of us have time. Some of us have money. Some of us have food to give. And if you have a little bit of each to give, it's good,
We also have kind of integrated right into everything that Turn the Tables Project has done. That sense of including everyone that we serve in the solution by saying these are the things that the people that we're serving can do to be included. And that's kind of a novel idea in that the food bank just said, well, here's your food, here's the, and that's their answer. And I really feel like people who are included in the answer, I just think that they're better connected, they're better served. They don't feel like it's a handout, it's a hand up. They're more, I don't know what's the right word, but
I think the hand up is right. I mean,
yeah. And so I just want to make sure that we're integrating them into the answer. Does that make sense?
we want to build the community. We don't want to just say, it's not a point of anything that we're looking down our nose and just giving somebody. It's not. We want to bring them in, and we want to be a part of them to be able to say, hey, I see that you're in need. How can I help you best? Right? Or not that you need help, but if you want help, how can we help you best? This is what we can give. If this helps, great. Do you have recycling stuff that needs to be taken away? Maybe that's something that I can do for you, as well. I mean, that's just part of that whole process of, give and take, of working together to make life better. So that's what we're looking at.
It's awesome. I'm going to start including the link to the Facebook group, and it is Turn the Tables.
Turn the Tables Project.
Turn the Tables Project. I'm going to start including that in the descriptions of the show. And then once the donation links go live, I'll start including those as well.
Cool. Thank you
Thanks,
so
Jeff.
much.
Try to reach as much people as we can.
And if you
That'd be cool.
are on our page, invite your friends. Go to that community button and invite your friends. That's a way you can help me. Another way you can help is by inviting people.
Just spread the word.
Yeah.
Even if by spreading the word, that's the best way you can help. Awesome.
Sweet.
Woo.